So,
all right,
we're going to wrap this
episode
show.
113 in the bag. We'll see if we make 114. See if the little boy wants to wait.
Yeah, otherwise we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Toodles. Lady, I'm just
incredible, right?
I'm shocked. Like, what are you, like 3 months overdue?
Exactly.
I think Forrest is now like 25 pounds.
He's just gonna
4 feet
he's
tall.
Gonna go to high school inside of me. It's just gonna be like,
You're gonna go like a little like stethoscope to like teach him and like so he can hear and all that. It's just it's like
weird.
I know. It's a little weird. A little dark. But it really is like freaking amazing that he's been so patient.
Isn't that just so weird? And that we're right here filming in this week, right on time.
I just think that like, what I'd like to say is I think that Forrest has already been imbued with your work ethic.
You think so?
And I think that he's really running with it. And he's like, I think he's already trying to earn your respect.
Yeah, you think so?
I think he's like, Mom, I'm going to take one for the team, like the big TGD team.
Right.
And even though I'm way overdue and I'm way oversized and like, you know, this is going to be a challenging endeavor for you, obviously.
He just likes you. He's like, I'm doing this for Sean.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uncle Sean.
That's so sweet.
Yeah,
That's so sweet.
why not?
So unbelievably, guys, we've been blessed with more time to do TGD. To do Q&A Saturday. We really thought that like it might even be like a couple episodes ago we might be done.
But for some reason,
like it's
unbelievable.
It's pretty freaking amazing. And I just want to say you look lovely. I like your outfit. I think you look nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've shown these.
No, you haven't shown your shoes for
these
this week.
Like right?
Yeah.
For this week, I mean like.
And I still have red nails, which is interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, like sometimes you'll go 2 weeks like that. But like these babies, these are my powder blue. They're like,
gorgeous.
you gotta be, and they're really comfortable because they're like canvas.
Aww.
You have to be pretty masculine to rock powder blue Nikes. No, you don't think so?
No, I'm just saying, like, you've got it. You've got it.
Oh, okay.
Masculine.
The masculine's not a problem?
Oh, not even an issue.
All right. I like the ponytail this week. I think shaking things up and
I wore it all day.
I just think it's so cool that like every Q&A we always have like a bit of a new look. And yeah. Like last week I wore like the fancy jacket. I got kind of dolled up.
That's right.
Because I thought it might be the last one. This one I'm like, we're back.
Just sweatshirt.
It's just sweatshirt time.
Let's do it.
And I even wore my special hat. And I wore those pimped out yellow shoes. And you know, I can't even these ones.
Shoes.
Right here, right? Wow.
This jacket.
Yeah.
Why is it here?
I
threw it around?
Yeah, I went to Starbucks today, and I like, you know, sometimes I like to rock kind of like my persona.
Yeah.
And then see if anybody recognizes me or anything like that. But as of yet, I'm always bucking for like free pastries at Starbucks or free coffee. It hasn't happened yet.
No.
I think we need a few more million hits on YouTube. So if any of you guys out there, or if any of you have connections to Starbucks, I'm all, you know.
We're all ears.
We're all
Let's
ears.
jump in.
Yeah, you want to jump in?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, like we talked about last week, it feels like a million years ago, but like we talked about last week, we've got the TGD book coming out. I'd love for you once again to give them a quick little bit about it.
Okay.
If you can remember some of the details.
I can definitely remember if I can look back 1 week from 1 week ago.
I've got notes in case you need them.
I think I got it.
Okay.
Basically, guys, we're doing a book. Our TGD book is coming out sometime in the first couple months of 2017.
Yes.
Probably February-ish, March-ish.
I like January, February.
I know you love January, February, but I don't want to scare the people. So I don't want to scare them with...
Or so.
Or you.
That's what, that's what keeps her up.
This is the thing. I'm the one who, now I'll be like, don't say that, don't say that. Then when the actual date comes, I'm the one who's super calm. The date that you decided to tell the people, I'm super calm because I'm like, God, I told you. And you're the one like, oh, we got it.
Is that true?
I'm here to save you.
Is that true? Is that true?
Oh yeah, we've been through a few products here.
Am I frantic like that?
A little frantic.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I was like, so what can we do about making sure that this launches at the appropriate time as promised?
We told them. I'm like, correction. You told them.
All right. This is going down a dark path.
Right.
Okay.
So
let's hear about this book.
2017 is when it's going to come out. What we're doing is if you order it, there's a link in the description here underneath this video, either on Facebook or YouTube. If you order the book, then you get a personalized signed copy from Sean. He's going to write your name, do all the stuff, sign it out there. That's what it's going to look like.
It's gonna. I'm gonna say hi to you.
Your name.
How you doing?
But the catch is that no signed books will be given after December 31st, 2016.
That's it.
So if you want to buy a book and you want it signed, it's going to be the same price before December 31st, $30 plus a couple bucks shipping. Order it in that link, but that's the only chance that you'll get a signed copy. If you don't care about a signed copy, wait until January 1st after that and just buy the book after that.
Yeah.
No problems.
Except my spirit might be crushed.
We all might be crushed. But
A little bit.
We just want to have some fun and just be able to offer up something.
Yeah, we thought it would be kind of a fun little thing to do. I know a lot of people with the DVDs, they wanted signatures, and I'm rocking like Rain Man here. A lot of people wanted signatures for the DVDs, and we couldn't do it because they come from a publishing house or a fulfillment house.
Yeah.
These books will actually come to us. We'll have more control. We'll be able to sign away. I'll hopefully not get cramps, and I'll be able to I know you've been struggling trying to sign and do your thing, so we'll go through that.
Yep.
And yeah, it's the whole goal of this book, just real quick, and then we'll jump into the show. The whole goal of this book is to really elucidate, big word, really elucidate. It's not like crustacean or whatever vegetables, cruciferous vegetables.
Yes.
Why am I so distractible? One sentence and I'm gone. The goal of the book is that it provides the connection point for all of you guys to be able to see into relationship dynamics, dog psychology, how our interactions affect our dogs, what's really cooking with our dogs, a lot of the nuance, psychology, detail, stuff that tends to get away from people and that doesn't get talked a lot about in training circles and obedience circles. Some trainers get into it a bit, but it's kind of what we've hung our hat on.
Right.
And so I think that we've got a better, to be honest, I'm going to be bold, I think we've got a better handle on a lot of the psychological makeup, the nuance, the details that it takes to help a dog get from one place to the better space, but also to help an owner get from one space to the better space. And so whenever we send out homework for clients in order to be able to get their heads in the right space, we send out a lot of blog posts and things like that. So this is going to contain some of that stuff, some new stuff, some edited stuff, some special, some unique, but with the whole goal of it being something that you could purchase and either share with a friend or for yourself and actually get a better handle on what's cooking between you and your dog. So many aha moments. I promise you, you're going to be like, oh crap, that is causing that. I had no idea. And you'll be able to fix things that are that are tripping you guys up and preventing you from moving forward and getting into the space that you want. So many tweaks that we're unaware of. I know I was unaware of. I know you were unaware of. We worked really hard to put them all in this one awesome package with great pictures and great stuff. So I'm really excited. I'm really proud. And my whole goal is, and I know I'm being like super like long in the tooth here, LaDawn, but my whole goal is that it's kind of a game changer for people, and that along with like DVDs, if you use our DVDs or any training program, it allows you deeper insight into your dog and your relationship, and you're able to succeed and flourish with your dog.
And we really haven't seen a book like this. I think that's what we're so excited about.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a book on the market. A lot of people ask us for book referrals.
Yeah.
And we're like, we've got Caesar's
That's
book.
so true. That's so true.
You've got the Monks of New Skeet and stuff like that, but there's this one, we're trying to do something really different for people to really like wrap their heads around.
Way more relationship based than kind of like nuts and bolts.
Totally.
Yeah. So awesome. Okay, cool. This could be the last one. I just love saying that, like build some tension up. Anyways, hey everybody. Oh,
Go for it.
hey everybody, it's Sean from The Good Dog. And to my left, the amazingly like restrained pregnancy of all time, and like MVP goes to Forrest, and Forrest is just like he's gonna come out
First
with like
of his many MVP awards.
Look at that. She's already got big plans. Forrest, we'll talk and we'll see if we can help you like navigate. Anyways,
I'll take that off.
the very awesome, the very pregnant, the standing up and like taking lots of lumps even while she's not feeling her best to make sure we get the show done, the lovely Laura Morgan to my left.
Yes.
And all this stuff, which I didn't say in the last episode, Manny chewing his paws up, Hercules in the bathroom probably, Cujo whining in some like far distant space, makes up The Good Dogs Q&A Saturday, episode number 114.
Look at you go.
114. And so I just am so proud of myself.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Like I didn't get yelled at this time. I'm like, I'm so
No
excited.
yelling, no
Okay.
yelling.
All right. Anyways, let me jump in.
Yeah.
I know we've got 5 questions, but I wanted to answer a question super quick for somebody who's been on our page a ton. This is I call this Trooper Quickie. Sounds a little weird. Sorry, guys. But so if I'm pretty sure the dog's name is Trooper, and if not, please forgive me. But the dog has gone from being a non-clingy, super happy, balanced, easygoing, awesome, loving everybody dog, but not...
Dog is Trooper.
Dog is Trooper, cool. Thank you for the backup. I'd hate to call the owner like whatever the dog's owner's name the whole time. Anyways, so the dog has been this awesome dog this whole time, and all of a sudden they're seeing a ton of clinginess. I think she said like a 5 level, she had some funny thing, or he had some funny thing about like level 5 clinginess from 0 to level 5. And so they're not sure what's going on. They're not sure what's happening. My suspicion is something's changed in the household. Maybe there's construction work. Maybe there's something going on in the environment that's created a little bit of a discomfort, of an uncertainty, of a concern, of a worry. And so now the dog is feeling, you know, more needy and things like that. The big question was for Trooper, do we put Trooper in place and try and limit that access? Trooper's trying to just lay on the lap, like 70-pound lab, lay on the lap constantly, and they were saying like, it's like, I can't get anything done because there's this giant dog on me. Yes, let's not allow that to happen. Put Trooper in place. Trooper needs to get reacquainted with physical and emotional space and distance from you. And if he breaks it, then you need to correct and slowly move him through it. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe you can kind of do a little like sleuthing and find your answer. But that's the real quick answer. I wanted to make sure we squeeze that in because I know you guys are always following us. So correct it. Don't let the clinginess happen. It'll only get worse.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Question number 1.
Yeah.
Or 1.5. This comes from Denise.
1.5.
Denise says, I have a 10-month-old dog that jumps and is overexcited with guests.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all she wrote.
Denise, I like your brevity. Lady, you're speaking my, well, you're not speaking my language because I don't know how to do brevity. Anyways, all right, 10-month-old that jumps on guests. Denise, this is super easy. This is like, I wish Jeff Gelman was here because like he's probably answered this question on this radio show 1,000 times
right.
and he gets angry every time. He's like,
Exactly.
Anyways, so easy peasy. You need a well-fitted prong. You can go to our website, www.thegooddog.net, and you can see how to fit the prong, which prong collar you need, what size, blah, 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 what a well-fitted prong looks like. You need to put a leash on your dog and connect that leash to the prong, and then you need to set up the situation where the jumping occurs. I want you to take this out of the realm of complex, and I want you to put it in the realm of easy peasy, which is basically, let's make jumping uncomfortable. Let's not make it something like Jeff always hates, we're working on jumping, right? Jumping should be something that goes away pretty darn quick, right? Dogs love it, it's fun, blah, 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 but it's not great for people. A lot of people don't dig it. So here's the setup. Leash and prong, keep it loose. Keep the leash loose so your dog's not like super aware that you're like got him on a tight snug leash and like really minding his P's and Q's. Let him just kind of be neutral, not even thinking about you. Like if you can just like let the leash just hang and like let him feel like he's in his own world. And then have guests come over. You can let your guests be excited. I wouldn't say like jump up or anything like that, but they can be like, hey, Trooper, or whatever the dog's name might be. Hey Frisky, what's going on? How you doing? And be a little bit excited, because dogs need to learn how to navigate excitement. Everybody's like, don't look at the dog, don't move, don't breathe, don't, like be a zombie. Like, no, dogs need to do better work. They can go through life and be in a household where people are excited and still do good work if we ask for it. So, leash and prong on, leash relaxed, people come in, they're like, hey, blah, 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 blah. He jumps up, pop, two-handed pop, nice and firm.
Right.
Now, how do you know when the right correction level happens? Because your dog will stop jumping up, right? So you can start at like a 4 or a 5, but like 2 hands, so it's sharp. Not 2 hands to where he comes off of his feet and falls over and this whole big thing. 2 hands, you can go either sideways. Sideways are very like impactful corrections, or down. Down can be a little bit challenging, just like physically for you. But like if you're holding the leash like this and the dog's right here, like Laura, pop like that is definitely like an effective correction. Now, and then after you do that correction, here's the trick. Have your friends do the same thing again. Don't have them to go out, just have them stay in there and be like, hey, what's going on, Frisky, what's going on? See what you get. Does Frisky now go like, but manages himself, right? And then eventually like sits down, or does Frisky go, and then jumps up, correct again, slightly firmer. Now, recreate the same thing, and we're talking about just within like 3, 4, 5 minutes. How does he react, or how does she react? And then you'll know just by the reaction. Your friends get like nutty and frisky, and frisky hopefully doesn't get nutty, and then you see what you get, and then honestly like the jumping just disappears. Like you
just have to let them know it's not okay. I think that's the thing, especially with a 10-month-old. They don't know. They're just like, I just do this.
They're just excited.
Yeah, they're excited. Yeah. So you just need to tell them, no, we don't do that. It's just like anything. You walk into a restaurant and it says like, no, jackets required. You're like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I gotta get a jacket. It's just like, for young dogs, they just need rules. You just need to like give
They just don't know, like you said.
They literally don't know.
So. They don't know. So make it easy. Don't make it complicated. Give your dog the information it needs to make better decisions, and watch it make better decisions. It'll blow your mind how quick this can work. And your dog won't be like terrified, freaked out of people or anything like that, because what you're going to do is after the correction, have people interact with your dog again. You're not saying don't interact. You're saying interact at a nice, cool level.
Right.
People can be excited, touch, pet, but Frisky's got to be like, cool, I'll manage myself. I got it.
Absolutely.
So,
all right.
That's it.
Good luck, Denise. Question number 2 comes from Miss Crystal. Crystal Amesbury says, our 8-year-old female curly coat retriever has suddenly increased her barking. Over the last couple months, I've noticed an increase in her being vocal. She's not a biter. She's shy of all dogs, very friendly with people, live in an apartment, but whenever the bell goes off, she does too. And even when she runs down the stairs and it's myself or partner, she doesn't stop barking. It takes a while to settle down. I think she is batting anxiety. But lately when playing games, she'll bark at us until we throw it, and she never used to. Or if I've gone to the bed for a nap, when I come out in the living room, she'll bark at me. There's never aggression behind it, but she has a high-pitched piercing bark. We're moving to a larger complex where the neighbors won't be cool with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure what we've done to make her, you know, react this way. Is she just comfortable? She feels like she's the boss. She sleeps in our bed. We walk her off the leash. You know, that's coming to an end now because she's no longer listening to commands. We're considering getting her a collar that uses ultrasonic sound and vibrates like a phone to distract her, but wanted to know if there's a better way.
Right.
Okay, Crystal, this is a great question. It's interesting. It's an 8-year-old dog that's decided to act nutty. Usually it's like, okay, we've got a dog that just turned 2 that decides to like be bratty and barking and all that stuff. But your curly coat retriever has decided that
Curly
8
coat.
8 is her brat.
Her magic number.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of a whole thing. Like, it's interesting, again, that it's 8, that she's 8 and she's starting this, but you never know. Dogs just kind of like change and evolve, and they're like, hey, you know, now I've discovered that this works. I can bark at you when you wake up from your nap, or I can bark at you when you're at the door, and it's this great release. And maybe she never did it before, and now all of a sudden she's just like doing it.
Maybe she gets a response.
Yeah, there might be a response, and there might be an increased anxiety. Maybe like there was a change. Maybe there's more affection, less rules. Maybe there's a change in your personal life or something that went down where she's leaned on a little bit more, so her anxiety is going up, so she's getting more of this stuff going on. Who knows? Billion things out there that it could be, but whatever it is, it's not okay. You're moving. You can't have this going on, and she can't be getting away with it. So, the ultrasonic collar, I'm not a big fan of them because I haven't heard of them like really working, lasting things.
Me too.
I've heard about like, sometimes it works for barking, but it only worked for them for like 3 days, and that was usually because the dog was confused at the sound and decided like, oh wait, now I don't care about it anymore. So what I would suggest, honestly, because you were saying you walk her off leash and now she's not listening to commands anymore, I would get an e-collar for her. That's how we train. I get an educator mini. Even if you don't do the full program, if you don't want to do that, I would teach her recall and heel on leash. And so this is where you go for those free videos, or you can go check out our DVD. Our DVDs are step-by-step through the whole process. Maybe you don't need that. Maybe you just need to go to the free recall e-collar video and heel on leash e-collar. So what we're going to do is get her used to the e-collar, get her used to the sensation, get her recalling to you, right? So curly coat here, or come, curly coat comes a running. If she doesn't, she gets a little tap on the e-collar. It takes you time to get her used to that and get her to actually respond to that and all
be
that stuff.
fully conditioned to the collar.
Yeah. You're going to take your time. I mean, that's why we see the videos. But I'm just saying, like, at the end process, it's basically like curly coat come, she doesn't, she gets a little tap on the e-collar. And that will also give you the possibility that whenever she's home and you're home supervising, she can wear the collar. And when she starts doing that nonsense barking, she gets a correction for that. And you're going to have to figure out what her correction level is. You're going to have to figure out, through the process of training her with e-collar, heel, and recall. Those are 2 great starts to figuring out what her levels are.
And getting like the brain into a good space.
Yeah, getting her to be a little bit more respectful, because the more respectful dog who's actually coming when called and actually heeling on leash and listening to commands.
You said it, sister.
Is not the dog who's going to be demanding barking at you when you wake up from your nap.
Yep.
So let's get her conditioned to a couple exercises. If you want to do a full program with like place and all the stuff, you can. But it sounds to me like you're just kind of having these like mild stuff. So you can just throw a couple things in. The Educator Mini is the collar we recommend. It's going to cost you like $170 on Amazon.
It's a deal. It's a great collar.
It's an awesome collar, great customer service.
Yeah.
You get that collar, you have it on her when you're supervising. Don't take it off too soon and be like, oh, she's doing great now, because she'll start gambling. So work through all that stuff, and then just, yeah, you got to correct her for that stuff, because that anxiety that's causing her to start to bark whenever she wants to, that's going to generalize to other stuff, and you don't want to keep going downhill, especially before you move to someplace bigger.
And I would just add, whether it's anxiety or brattiness, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter where it's coming from.
That's the cool thing. Like, don't get caught up in this thing of like, if she's anxious, I don't want to correct her because she's anxious and make her worse. Or if she's bratty, then I can. It doesn't matter. When we're working with dogs that are in this space, we do like the full program, like Laura said. But if there's any negative behaviors, it doesn't matter where they're coming from. Everybody gets so caught up in like, where's it coming from? Where's the emotional, like, core, fundamental state or problem? It doesn't matter.
No.
If your dog is whining, barking, demanding, anxious, wound up, help your dog out. Do what Laura said with recall and e-collar heel, and then start correcting for stuff where your dog is stuck. That barking, that's not good stuff. That's not helpful. It's not helpful for you and your relationship, so let's knock it out. Say no, but do not feel guilty. Do not feel bad. Feel good about helping your dog move forward rather than like, oh, I'm being, punishing my dog in a way that's going to make her sad and not like me and things like that. Like, you could knock this out in a week.
Totally. Oh yeah, this is the easy one.
1 week.
Knock it out.
Yep, let's go. Bam.
Okay.
Nice work.
Cool. Thanks, Crystal. Let us know how it goes. We'd love to see progress or hear about it.
Yep.
Cool. Question number 3 comes from Michelle. Michelle has this little video question for us.
With her husky.
My husky puppy has a weird behavior when it comes to her food bowl. She bows her head and whines and just nudges it around. I have no idea why she does this, and she continues to often. I sometimes put a treat in her bowl and mix it in, and after this she eats just fine, but I don't want her to get in the habit of expecting this.
All right.
Wow.
Well.
Okay, Michelle, this one I'm going to be nice and quick and to the point because I think it's a super easy peasy one for you to sort out, right? So, what I wrote, my little note is, husky is fussing with food unless he gets a treat, which is basically what you said, right? So your dog's like, in the video, nosing around the food, like, I'm bored, I'm not really interested, like, oh, throw a treat in, sweeten the pot, great, now I'm interested, it's a bunch of monkey business, right? So here's the deal. As soon as you put the food down, right? Food down, no treat, kibble, whatever you normally feed. The second that you see your dog go, doing this, like, doing this husky play with the food dance, oh, away goes the food.
Guess you're not hungry.
Yep, I guess you want to play with your food. We don't play with our food. Food goes away, and like, I prefer you like start in the morning or start at whatever it's going to be, like two times a day. And then, so say that was a morning feeding, you get the nosing and all the goofiness, food goes away, put it away. Nighttime feeding, food comes back out. Here's your next chance. Nose it around, boom. You literally like get like 15, 20 seconds. You're gonna monkey around with nosing the food around. That's not what we do. We eat the food. We don't nose it around. It's all silliness, right? You could look at it as being cute, but most likely it's just gonna generalize and exacerbate and get worse and worse, where he's like, this is what I do. I nose it around until somebody sweetens the pot. So food goes away every single time that you see the nosing, and guess what? Most likely within 4, 5, 6, maybe a week, days, maybe a week, what you'll see is the dog, the food will come down, the dog will be like, boom,
got a minute.
Straight in, because the dog is going to learn very quickly that every time I do this, I lose my opportunity to eat. And then your dog will learn, I must just jump in there and get it done. Don't patronize. Is it patronize? Don't patronize your dog by like giving him this extra little like sweetening of the pot. It's a bunch of BS. Your dog's just like,
he's just learning, like, how do I get treats?
He's just playing you. He's just playing you. So let's get rid of the treats. Let's take the food away as soon as your dog noses it, and then comes back, your dog gets another shot, goes away again. Eventually your dog will make better choices around that food. And that's it.
Kill it.
Yep.
All right, Michelle. Thank you.
4, still good?
Forrest's still good.
Forrest's still good, man. What are we?
Moving a lot.
What is he, like 15 pounds now? Jeez Louise, amazing.
Question number 4 comes from Monique. Monique, you wrote quite a bit, which is cool. We'd love
Yep,
to
which
get all
was a
that.
couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we had to pare it down to one question.
Monique, you wrote a serious novel.
Which is cool. We get backgrounds, but we can't read it all here. So basically, she's got a little nervous dog, and one of her questions was, on our walks, she's nervous with her tail held close, head swiveling at all sounds, and one paw lifted when we stop and sit.
Nervous dog. Yeah.
One paw lifted when we stop and sit. I think this will abate after more exposure, but I want to make sure I'm doing this right. If she gets ahead of me, I try 180s, and she is either wise to them or too nervous to drift away from me, so I don't get to do more than one. When I give her a leash pop correction, like, I got this, when she's turning her... Oh, should I give a leash pop correction, like, I got this, when she's turning her head to look around nervously? I definitely do if she steps out of heel position, but I'm wondering if I should allow her to look around as long as her feet are where I'm asking them to be.
Okay, so
She's going to move to e-collar at some point.
yeah, and that's really kind of the magic thing here. So if you've got a really nervous, insecure, reactive dog, and I don't mean reactive like explosive, but reactive just like reacting to things, e-collar training is going to be like manna from heaven. It's going to be such a game changer for you and your dog as far as being able to mildly communicate and help your dog move forward in a more supportive kind of way rather than like more of like correction in ways that like prong collar for a nervous dog can be kind of overwhelming, right? So I'm super excited about you going to e-collar stuff because I think it's going to be a game changer for you and your dog. That said, there's a real dance you have to do whenever you're working with nervous, insecure, fearful dogs, whether it's leash and prong or e-collar. It's going to be easier with e-collar because it should dissipate a lot of the kind of like overt stress, anxiety, fear and stuff. It should like really bring a lot of it back. But either way, if you've got a dog that's like constantly like looking around, you really have to pick your battles. You can't be correcting, and feel free to jump in whenever you want, but you can't be correcting for every single moment, or else you'll overwhelm your dog and make your dog a nervous wreck, right? So if your dog is like really, there's some dogs that are like everything is a concern, and if you try and correct for everything, you're just going to make your dog like a more anxious mess. You're just going to lift him up and just make him more worried about everything. So you kind of have to pick your battles. First of all, make sure you've got an amazing immaculate heel. Make sure you're tackling thresholds right. Make sure all the structure in the house is right. Get all that stuff nailed down, and then you can start going after this stuff on the walk and really trying to like, or I should say, really hoping that you've created enough leverage in these other contexts to where when you get out, you've already got more stuff cooking that's really helpful for you. Now, and what I really want to be clear about is that I would prefer that you correct for bigger kind of motions, right? So a car goes by and you get this kind of exaggerated motion. That's when you want to correct, right? That's when you want to start chipping away and saying like, that's too much. Like, I need you to be here with me. If the dog, like, you know, a leaf falls or a cat scurries by and you see like this or something like that, you really do have to pick your battles, and if you don't, you'll overwhelm your dog. So your question was like, do I give a pop and let my dog know like I got this? You can, for one thing, you need that dog in a heel. That dog needs to be like really in a space of like listening and tuned into you, but you got to be super cautious about overdoing it. So like, do you want to add on to that a little bit?
I think really just like once you get e-collar on board for nervous dogs, I can picture it. I've seen a million dogs that have come through here that have that same thing. They're just nervous about everything. So when they sit, they're like looking up at you, and they haven't even been, there's no like correction. They haven't even been on a tool yet. It's just the way they are. Yeah, it's how they look like with their owners on a flat collar, like long before we ever meet them. So it's not about training. It's not about that. It's just who the dog is. We find that doing that, you know, implementing a program that is going to help them get more confident just in general, inside the house with you, in other contexts, not just the walk, that's what really is the magic for getting more confidence. But the other thing to remember is that she might be like, that might be your dog, you know? You might have like kind of a dog that's just a little bit more timid, a little bit more nervous about outside stuff. and you want to get her as comfortable as you can, but it might just be a long process of working through. But no, you don't want to correct on every single
And
little
having
thing.
realistic expectations of what your dog's capable
who your
of.
dog is. Your dog may
Good
never
point.
be like Cujo and be like walking through the world
What's
with so much
next?
swag.
Yeah.
But you can definitely make strides, and I think that with the e-collar stuff is where it's at, and doing a full program, not just working on the walk.
Yeah, I hope you got what Laura just shared, because I think she even said it better than I did, which is basically like that full, that full program. You'll be gone soon, and then I'll take over the show. That full program is really where it's at. The reason why we do a full program with every single dog that comes in here is not because we're like, it's got to be done by the book. It's because we see all of the leverage points that come from like recall, place, sit, down, thresholds, crate, e-collar, heel, don't jump, waiting for food, crate exercise, all this stuff. We see all of the stuff like this, and it comes together, and what it does is it creates more confidence, it creates more certainty, more trust in you, and then you end up with all these leverage points that when you get the dog out there, it's just in a better space.
Yeah.
So I really hope you got what she said about that. I think it's such an essential component that a lot of people miss, is the comprehensive approach.
Yeah.
Do it with e-collar. Be patient, take your time, work through it, and then pick your battles when you're out on those walks that you're not like constantly nagging your dog, no. Pick the ones where your dog's really struggling.
Yeah.
And like sometimes with like the prong, like if the dog gets a little, you can just like guide it back with the prong, Like you can definitely use both tools to kind of like navigate that.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Cool.
Hope
All
that
right.
helps.
Hope that helps, Monique.
Keep us posted.
Thank you. Okay, question number 5. I can't believe we're there. This is from Patience. Patience says, I have a 7-month-old, 60-pound mixed breed puppy, and a few months ago I got a...
60 pound?
Yeah,
Jeez.
7 months. Mixed with what? A few months ago I got a roommate who has a 35-pound, 12-year-old Corgi mix. There are 2 other dogs in the house as well, but the Corgi seems to be out of control often. What? An out-of-control Corgi? He follows the puppy around, growling and barking, and has attacked him a few times. Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah.
The pup usually ignores him and finds a safer place to be, but on occasion where there's been food involved, he's engaged. There's never been any bites that have grazed the skin. They're never unsupervised together. These incidents have been just in passing when they've been crumbs on the floor. The Corgi also barks and growls often at the cats, at dogs many yards away, and at loud vehicles. He does not bark, growl, or bite at the other dogs or humans in the house. We definitely practice dog management and try to keep the 2 separated as much as possible. They get along well in the yard together. What would you recommend for this out-of-control senior? I like that. Okay, Patience, this is a great question. Am I answering this? I see your name on
I
it.
think we're both going to answer it, but yeah,
Great.
you can jump in. I was just going to say like hog tying is always like a great way to start.
It's a great start.
Yeah, just for corgis because they're so tough.
Corgis in general.
They're so freaking tough.
They're so tough. They're crazy.
Do you see my first note?
Corgi issues.
Boy, do we know corgi
Yes.
issues. We've had a bunch of corgis, and Tori Smith has got a
crazy.
corgi,
Oh,
and
yeah. They're funny.
So we've had a corgi with us for about what, 4 months now? 5 months? Like a biter corgi.
Boarding, but he's gone.
Leo's departed.
Leo went.
He's still alive, but he
He's
departed.
alive. Yeah, he's gonna be alive for like 20 more years.
Yeah, he's got a lot of more people to bite.
Oh, Patience. No, he trained with us.
I'm
He's doing-
kidding.
All right. So Patience, this is great. I would say, I know you want to jump in.
No.
I was just gonna say, like, man, you have that puppy. He's getting attacked by an older dog, like a lot in the house. You do not want to deal with the issues of that puppy having those experiences early on too long. It's already bad, but you can undo stuff by starting to step in and really take care of this. But man, like, keep that in mind. I'm sure you are, but this cannot go on like this with that corgi doing that to your puppy, because your puppy will start to not trust dogs.
Read this.
You're also setting your, yeah, exactly it. Yeah, I mean, there's It's not rocket science. You're really setting.
But a
the
lot of
puppy
people
up.
don't get it.
Yeah.
A lot of people just think, oh, we've got conflict or friction between the two dogs.
No.
They don't realize, like what we've talked about before with young dogs, that those early imprinting experiences of naughty business from your other dog creates a lot of mistrust and can create dog aggression, like at highest levels.
Level.
Like,
You've got a dog who's 60 pounds at 7 months.
he might clean that corgi's clock.
Oh yeah.
To where the
that
clock might
corgi
not be repaired.
Might not tick anymore.
Yeah.
Not to mention not just that corgi, but the other dogs in the house.
Yeah,
or
that's
other,
that's the worst part.
Yeah.
You know. Sorry, go ahead. You're so right on the money
No,
with that.
I'm just saying, like, for your kind of, this isn't just like a mild thing of like, oh, let's just get this corgi in line. It's like, I would be concerned about, like, I need to like get my dog out of this situation, or keep him in my room when the corgi's out, or make really firm boundaries about the corgi, because you've got to train this corgi, unless the owner of the corgi is going to be training it. You've got to, like, there's got to be some corrections. You've got to get him like all sorted out, and if it's not going to happen, then your pup is going to take the fall. So that should be your big motivation with this.
Your pup's going to take the fall, but I would assume that, like, so your pup's going to take the fall insofar as that it will not trust dogs and will very likely become dog aggressive.
Yeah.
But the corgi is going to take the ultimate fall if that size difference is going on. That dog's going to clean the corgi's clock, and you might end up with a very damaged or even like deceased corgi. So, I mean, the corgi would probably be like, take me down fighting, because that's just how they are. But okay, so a quick couple things I just want to add to what Laura said, because she's so right on the money. So like I said,
setting it up for
you're setting your dog up to be dog aggressive. She hit that straight off the bat. So the core, yeah, I know, me too. So especially if you don't know it. You don't know what it's creating. You just think it's like compartmentalized. So the corgi needs full off-leash training, right? If you, like Laura said, either you move away or you isolate your dog and manage your dog heavily. You guys are saying like you're doing dog management, but like the management is not happening at a high enough level because they're still having friction and things are going on. That corgi is acting in a really shitty fashion. That corgi is empowered, entitled, bullying, all sorts of crappy stuff, resource guarding, like crumbs and things like that. That's all crappy stuff. And so what's happening is your puppy is slowly going like, I let it go, I let it go, I let it go. I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go. So you're already seeing the change. You're already seeing the corgi starting to, the puppy starting to make the move out of like, I'll let that go, I'll let that go. I'm not going to let that go. So things are going to start to get way more friction filled, way more contentious. So if you guys really want to handle it, if you really want things to be better, and if everybody that's on the scene wants to do their very best work to fix it, and if people aren't lazy and like, well, you know, making excuses, then the corgi needs to be trained, and the corgi needs full off-leash training by somebody experienced with challenging dogs, how to get them fully off-leash trained. And I don't just mean like obedience, I mean like behavior modification, work on that attitude, get that corgi into a space where he's polite, respectful, courteous, minding his P's and Q's, and is absolutely retired his bullying ways. It's so essential. So also a relationship reboot is super necessary. Like, I don't know what kind of like coddling, babying, affection, with privileges, access to furniture or personal space, things like that. All of those things create mixed messages, especially with strong-minded dogs, that cause them to feel like, yeah, I can go kick another dog's ass, or I can say this is mine or this is mine. So relationship is also another big part of that. This is only going to get worse, as I said, as the pup matures, and expect the fights to become more intense and more frequent. So get it sorted out now. And that's a big commitment, and a lot of people aren't down for it. So you'll have to check in with your roommate if they want to own up to like where things are at, and then how to move forward, because you can absolutely make this way better.
It's going to, it's not a situation that is like out of control, but
we see it all the time. We see it all the time, but it comes from owners that are like, we're committed, we're ready, we want to fix this. Or if people are like, well, I got a busy life and I don't want to spend the money, or it's too much work, then you're going to be in a situation where you're stuck, and I would get my puppy the hell out of there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
but let us know, patience, how
Yeah.
it works out. And it's kind of a tough situation. It sounds like you got roommates and stuff. I understand it's really hard to like get out of it's not as easy as just like move.
yeah.
you know?
I mean, I know it sounds like flippant
But
easy, but
you can definitely create a situation where your puppy is in your room, in a crate, a lot of structure, only out when you're home. You get to manage the Corgi and the whole situation. So there are definitely management strategies, but
yeah.
hard stuff.
It sounds like that Corgi needs a firm talking to.
Just kidding.
Just tell him Uncle Sean's going to call.
Yeah, just like Corgis in general. Just
They're so freaking tough, guys. Like, Corgis should be working where they get to chase things and bite them, because that's
what they love.
And then if they're not, they're like, I gotta chase, bite, and hurt, and like, it's just who they are. Anyways, okay.
So we've got TGD Santa. If you want to put your hat in the ring for something, email this email up here, TGD Santa. We've talked about it for a few weeks now. We're getting some so many great people. I just wanted to read a couple of these. This is from Judy. Judy says, Dear Santa and Mrs. Claus. It's that time of year again, the time of giveaways. Thank you so much for this, especially right at Christmas. Santa, what I really want is for me, but not for me, but my owner. She's writing it from her dog's perspective, just so you know. She's desperate and could really use the TGD dog training book. I've been a good dog while I'm trying to improve. I stay on track when my owner slips up and I give me too much affection or allows me to push boundaries. I've tried to do my part and warn her what happens when she's not consistent, and I've been trying hard to get off the naughty list since last time I focused, barked, and lunged. It is a work in progress when you've practiced it years.
What an honest and transparent dog. Like,
Totally.
major props.
I have faith in my owner. I know she can do it with the right tools. She's learned a lot from your DVDs already. I think if she had the book, she'd benefit by having blogs, tips, and collections of your knowledge in a sorted way at her fingertips. I'm confident she'll be able to move forward faster using this material. I know she means well because she was told it was best to medicate me and refused. She was told that I should be put down and she refused. I'm really grateful for my owner, but I am a dog after all. She's in it for the long run, and I know you guys can help me. Some of the amazing things I've done because of TGD are a great recall. I don't break place. I relax more. I do thresholds, sit down, crate. I stay off the furniture. And I stopped chasing my other owner through the house, lunging and barking at him. I used to shred his shirts. So,
Fabulous.
Anyway.
Nice work.
Anyway.
What's the dog's name?
Dakota the Malinois.
Dakota. The Malinois. Oh, yeah. Dakota, nice work. And like great writing skills too.
So PS to follow in Dropbox, and I'll put these up. Video of me acting the fool when my owner comes home and my owner doing what a behaviorist recommended, as well as a picture of me now when my owner enters the house. So we'll show those right now. Thank you, Dakota. Thank you so much for your email, and Judy, your owner. I just wanted to, you guys are so great. I love the kind of fun of that email. It was really cool.
Yeah.
The one more thing I wanted to show was just Inga. Inga had a quick video.
Hey Sean, hey Laura. Nice but cold day here in Belgium, so right weather for the little video. I would love to enter your Christmas competition. And if I can choose, I would like to read Sean's book or Laura's book. Already have an e-collar, so no training tools needed. I've learned so much from both of you, and I think Sean's book will help me even more to become a better trainer of my dog. And for Laura's book, I've been following the coyote and the pig story on Facebook, and wow, I always look forward to the next episode. So either book would be wonderful to read. Max, you. So it would be awesome if you would pick me. Thanks. Bye.
Inga, that's so awesome. Thank you so much for putting your hat in the ring as well. We love it. Guys, if you want to send a video along our way for this, for TGD Santa, we're here for you. We would love it.
Yes.
Email this email, like I said. If you need Dropbox directions, if you have longer videos, just let me know.
Yep.
And I'll help you out with
We'll
that.
sort you out. If anybody needs any, I always forget, like, no one can see my hands. I need taller
need to
hands.
see those hands.
No, I'm clapping. Anyways, guys, so if anybody needs any further help, as far as specific training concepts, questions about how they're training, tools, how to use the tools, structured programs, logistics about how to actually like create like great management approaches in your house, especially if you got a multiple dog house or you're having struggles, problems, challenges, things like that.
Anything more complex.
Yeah, anything like that. Also, any kind of business questions, if you're a dog trainer, or even if you're not, and you want to like tap in, like, because we've like, you know, done a lot of business stuff. If you've got business questions, or if you've got like, you know, hey, I'll put it out there, even life questions. If there's anything you're struggling with and you feel like, hey, I trust these folks enough to like be able to share some information.
Yeah, why not?
You
Bring it
know,
on.
we're happy to help. So phone consults are available, and I think they're on the website, correct?
Yeah, go to the website and contact us through there.
Yeah, and the best thing to do is like do the mutual.
Yeah.
The mutual phone consult,
Yep.
and you get both of us for a very low price. And I'm telling you, the way we bounce off of each other with phone consults and kind of dissecting and putting answers together for people have been
Yep.
extremely helpful in the past.
Yep.
And so if you're struggling with any of that stuff, training, business, life, anything like that, let us know. Phone consults can
Yeah.
actually like do some pretty amazing stuff for
Yeah.
you. So that's that. Tell them about podcast stuff,
Oh, podcasts. So
which are blowing up.
they have been, yeah, and we haven't even really been watching
They're
them.
like a sneak attack.
Total sneak attack. So what we're going to do with the podcasts, we have all the Q&A episodes. A lot of you like to listen on your walk. You like to listen kind of like in the car, things like that, and not use your data watching YouTube. So we have, our podcast is available on iTunes. If you just search Q&A Saturday or The Good Dog Training, you can go there and subscribe. What we are going to be doing, because podcasts do cost us money to keep up on our server and keep up on whatever our fulfillment is doing for that. So we're going to start charging for the podcasts. I think it's going to be $1 each episode. But I think for what we're going to do is the first week you can get it for free or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
So, but
So it'll
soon,
just be kind of like the
any of the past episodes
Yeah,
are going to
yeah.
be $1 each.
catalog.
So yeah, so but if you want to listen in the car, I mean, I think $1, it really is just like to cover our costs for keeping all those up. We have like 110 episodes. I think we're up to like episode 90 on there right now. So that's a lot of backlog. So if you do want to do podcasts,
It ain't gonna make us rich, folks.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
really just to kind of cover the costs.
yeah,
of-
because we're not
of-
sure if we were not sure if we wanted to keep uploading them and keep doing that, but now we're just kind of like, well,
Now we're seeing that folks are really digging
They're
them,
doing
so we
them,
want to
yeah.
make sure we keep providing that.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's something that will
Yeah.
make sense to you guys value-wise.
So iTunes, if you want to subscribe and you want to grab it and download it the week of, it'll be free. I think that's how we're going to do it, or at least for a few days it'll be free, and then it turns into $1 each. But yeah, check out the podcast, iTunes store, go Q&A Saturday, The Good Dog Training, and yeah,
Yep.
subscribe.
Cool. And you want to lay
quick
lay
TGD.
on them the TGD book?
We already talked about it, but TGD book
It,
pre-order.
it needs extra
It's
love.
in the link. It's in the link of the description.
Yep.
Go there, order your book if you want to get a signed copy before December 31st. After that, no signed copies available, but you can still obviously get a book, and it'll probably be out February, March.
January, February.
I don't know why you're saying.
Guys, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to have you guys grab a book, and I would love to personalize it for you
Yeah.
and sign it off. I know a lot of you guys asked about that stuff prior, so if you want it, let me know, and we'll make it
all
happen
there
for
for
you
you.
guys. Okay?
Cool.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yes.
I mean, we might get to do another 4 episodes before, Forrest makes his arrival. So, I mean, this just happened to work out great. We had this like last week's episode was hilarious.
Awesome.
That was really, really like slamming.
Yep.
And then this week's episode, I was like, there's no way this is gonna happen. Like, here we are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could happen.
In the can. Thanks, guys.
Forrest, sit tight, buddy.
Sit tight. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.